What's up guys, this is Yasin, and today we're going to be going over some hero combos as well as a deck profile featuring the new Masked Hero support that we just got a few days ago. I know I'm extremely late on this one, I am really sorry, and I'm also late on like a bunch of other videos, so I've been procrastinating for a little too long. But yeah, the new support is so insanely good that we don't even have to like play the evil hero cards and all the weird stuff that just made the deck make no sense. Now the deck is actually a little more simple than it was before, but at the same time, it's hero. It's always going to be super complicated, especially for me. It's not like I'm a genius or anything. I'm really stupid. Too many brain cells required, like this, DDD, and stuff like that. No. The only thing I know how to do in Yu-Gi-Mons is normal summon Alistair, and one time out of two, use its effect. Sometimes I even forget. This deck, like I said, very nice with the new support, now bringing out Dark Claw as a joke, which feels really good. It was really annoying before when you actually had to rely on special summon the Shadow Mist to search the mass change, but now there's like engine ways of searching it, even without Shadow Mist. Like Shadow Mist can actually search a monster, and then you can still search mass change to go into Dark Law, and you can make double Dark Law because the Wonder Driver can reset back the mass change. So like I said, it is absolutely beautiful. But anyways, before we go any further into this video, friendly reminder, of course, to smash the like and subscribe button. It really motivates me a lot to keep breathing and existing on this universe. And shoutouts to my blue eyes and Crystron spreadsheet. You already know it on my website, yacineygo.com. First link at the top of the description box below. And with that being said, let's get right into it. Okay, so first things first, I have Vision Hero Vion, and I'm going to be completely ignoring the existence of Nibiru. So send the Sinister Necrom, summon the Deadhead Prison, send the Malicious. If you're comboing off that way, Nibiru will actually completely cripple you, so that's the reason why I'm showing the greedy version first, and after that I'm going to be showing the safe line with Vision Hero Vion. Yeah, send the whatever, summon the Infernal Device or whatever, you get the point, and then that is going to be searching Neos, and then Malicious, summon another Malicious, and then Cross Crusader, revive back, Tribute, so that you can search Shadow Mist. Now you're out of Malicious because they're all banished, and then yeah, activate Polymerization for Infernal Rage, which can search Favorite Contact. And then Shadow Mist is going to trigger to search the new Masked Hero card. So this one is Masked Hero Duskro. It's actually really cool. So in the hand, you can banish a hero monster in your grave to special summon it. And on normal or special summon, you can search a Masked Hero monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. But there is only one search target, which is the Furnace. And that card, you can reveal it in your hand to search a Polymerization or a Mass Change from your deck to your hand. And then discard one card. So yeah, banish, again, the Vision Hero Vion or something that doesn't really have... which doesn't really do anything in the grave. You can also banish Neos, whatever, because you're going to be shuffling it back off a Favorite Contact anyways. And this is going to be searching the Furnace. By the way, the only reason why I banish cards like Vion is because next turn, if it's like a top deck war, and I top deck Vion, and then I go normal summon it, and my opponent had a Call by the Grave, you can't Call by the Grave the Vion on the grave to like negate my Vion on the field. Whatever. It doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, search the Furnace off of the Duskro, and then reveal it to search the Mass Change. And then link off it to Wonder Driver, activate Mass Change target to the Cross Crusader, summon Dark Law, and then Wonder Driver sets back the Mass Change. And then this is really nice because now Miracle Fusion can summon a monster that is not Sunrise, because it's kind of been like the main monster that you were summoning, that and like Infernal Rage to summon the Sunrise or whatever, rather like Polymerization into Infernal Rage to... Hold on a second, is that it? Yeah, Infernal Rage to then summon this to search Miracle Fusion. And now Contrast Hero Chaos is kind of like always treated as an elemental hero monster, and it requires two Masked Hero monsters, which used to be insanely impossible because there were not any main deck Masked Hero monsters. But now you can banish the Duskro as well as Furnace in the graveyard, and this card is pretty much like a Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. So once per turn during either player's turn, you can target one face-up card on the field, negate that target's effect until the end of this turn. So if your opponent activates Dark Ruler no more, what you can do is you can chain Mass Change or chain Favorite Contact, and then chain Contrast Hero Chaos, because you can't respond directly to the Dark Ruler, but you can respond to your own card if it's a spell or trap card, because Dark Ruler only prevents like monsters from directly responding to it. So that's a crafty way of negating Dark Ruler, which is really interesting. So now you have an Omni Negate in the hero deck, an interesting Omni Negate. It's a proactive one, not a reactive one, but it only negates stuff on the field, so you can't negate stuff in the hand and graveyard, obviously. And yeah, there's like no way you can lose at this point. Like your opponent is under like Macrocosmos, you have a negate, you have a pop, you have Mass Change into like another Dark Law potentially. And yeah, good luck losing, honestly. And also if your opponent tries to attack you, you go Sunrise, destroy something on the field. There you go, enjoy. Okay, so this is where it gets very interesting because all I have is Vision Hero Vion, and I'm going to be completely respecting Nibiru, but also respect something else. And I'm not going to be making like a super unbreakable board, but I'm going to be making a good enough board. So this time we're not going to be sending like, I mean, we're still going to be summoning the Dead in Prison, but instead of sending the Malicious, we're going to be sending Shadow Mist. And then, yeah, search the Duskcrow. This is 3 summons. And then search the Furnace Reveal. That is going to be searching, Mass Change, of course. And then link off into Wonder Driver, Banish, and then search for Polymerization for next turn. And then you go end phase, Mass Change, target the Vion. This is summon number 5, but it's on end phase. So we conducted 4 summons on main phase, and Nibiru is main phase only. So now we can go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, revive back the Furnace in Chainlink 2. Extra hero Wonder Driver on Chainlink 1 to reset back your Mass Change. So that we have 2 options, actually 3 options technically on your opponent's turn. You can Mass Change for a second Dark Law, or for a light monster, which I think they all suck, or for a fire monster, which is not bad at all. And just in case your opponent had something super obscure like Irageki, look at this. We can Mass Change on the Furnace, and then summon the brand new monster Master Hero Atomic, and the first time it would be destroyed by battle by card effect each turn, it is not destroyed, so it survives the Regeki, and then you can go, okay, effect on summon, revive back a Master Hero monster from the grave or banished by ignoring its summoning conditions. It's absolutely beautiful. This card is honestly incredibly good. So yeah, you respected Nibiru by only summoning 4 monsters on your first turn, and also you're still Regeki proof, so if you're playing against like a hand trap and a board breaker deck, you can still do so much with one single copy of Vion, and you can also play a lot of hand traps to like supplement your strategy on top, so it's not like you have to play it as like a hardcore combo deck, and if you can't make 25 negates, then you lose. No. Now Hero actually has a lot more options at its disposal. Okay, last but definitely not least, I'm going to be showing what a single Fusion Destiny can do through Nibiru, but also like if your opponent doesn't have Nibiru, because this time we're not playing around Nibiru, but rather kind of like playing through in a way. Depends also when the opponent uses the Nibiru, because realistically, if our opponent nibs us exactly right now, our end board is going to be Phoenix Enforcer pass. But if our opponent, I mean, if we have like another extender, like literally anything, like a Stratos or a Vion or whatever, then our opponent immediately loses the game on the spot. Because if we start directly with Fusion Destiny, bringing the Phoenix Enforcer ASAP means that we can like self-destruct, and then we can still guarantee the Phoenix Enforcer. And because of the fact that we're able to like get the Naira access, then we're also gonna have like the Malicious to like summon itself back and stuff like that, because we have a lot of wiggle room in this combo. So yeah, anyway, search the Vion, and then yeah, that is gonna be sending the Shadow Mist, which can search your Duskcrow, and then banish to search Polymerization. It doesn't really matter too much because we're locked under Dark Hero onlys. No monster other than like Neoslore that we can summon off of Polymerization, which we don't really play in this version honestly, because we don't play Dark Fusion. But this is also very interesting, so we're going to be going Duskcrow, banish the Cross Crusader to search the Furnace, and then the Furnace effect, but we're not going to be discarding Furnace, we're going to be sending the Neos, because we want to keep this Furnace in the hand, because we now have 2 Master monsters in our hand, well, hand and field, so Polymerization can summon the Contrast Hero Chaos, which is kind of nice, and then we set the Mass Change and call it a turn. This is what you're trying to do, even when your opponent does not have Nibiru. But if your opponent held Nibiru for that long, then he actually gets punished, because our end board is actually going to be a little better, since we can self-destruct the Phoenix Enforcer and anything. I recommend not destroying the Contrast Hero Chaos because its stats are higher, so you're just going to have like a bigger nib token. And yeah, Phoenix Enforcer is going to float for next turn, Malicious can summon another Malicious, and on your opponent's standby it comes back. The Furnace also comes back because you summoned a Hero Fusion monster. It doesn't have to be a fusion summon, just a special summon. So again, the Mass Change can summon both the Atomic or the Dark Law, but obviously Dark Law is much better. So yeah, just chain the Mass Change, summon Dark Law, and there you go. Merry Christmas. Your opponent under, through a Nibiru is still gonna be under Dark Law and Phoenix Enforcer, which is really difficult to win. Alrighty, for the deck profile, again, I am not like a hero expert, but I tried my best to make this very clean and understandable. And it's also kind of like my own spin on the deck, because I don't really know what's best personally, like if you should really play the evil hero cards and if you should play over 40, but personally, I like something that is like visually aesthetic. And usually the 40 card decks that can play a couple of non-engine cards, they are to me more appealing. And also when you can play like 15 plus starters, that's really nice. And speaking of 15 starters, I play exactly 15 1-card starters, and obviously there's like other combinations of 2 cards and 3 cards that can work. But yeah, 3 Ferris, 2 Stratos, 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 2 Vion, 1 Dead at Prison, 3 Fusion Destiny, and 3 Hero Lives. Basically, you draw any of these cards and you're kind of good to go. But you can also just draw like weird cards like Duskcrow or Shadow Mist or like Furnace and like Sinister Necro. I mean, not really, but like Denier and like one of these cards, and you can still at the very least make a Dark Law, so like your half boards are not too bad. And this deck is like inherently resilient through like anything that isn't, you know, a Chummy, a Droll, or a Nibiru. Yeah, obviously a lot of decks are like that, but whatever. At least when you're playing hero, you have style, you know, you're just better than your opponents. You got Jade and Yuki on your side. It's not the same thing, because the other ones, what are they doing? Like with Raziel, Mitsurugi, Malice, bro, you're boring. That's the issue. But anyways, for the bricks, unfortunately, Hero Increase, Sinister Necrom, Denier, Triple Malicious. I mean, it's not really the end of the world if you draw them, because you can still use them as fusion material for Poly, and Poly sometimes is a brick, and sometimes it's not too bad. And yeah, obviously Neos and Favorite Contact are also bricks, and I mean, Polymerization, Miracle Fusion, whatever, it is what it is. And we're still playing hand traps, of course, so 3 Ash, 3 Fua, 3 Droll, and a Call by the Grave. We're not trying to lose to Chummies or Droll, so we're playing Ash so that we can Ash the Chummies. And obviously the Chummies are broken going second, and Droll is pretty nice going second right now. So maybe this could be changed in the future for like Droplet or Imperm or something. I don't know, I don't care, it's just gonna depend on how the format shapes up. So yeah, 40 cards right now. I think this is relatively clean. Should be decent. And for the extra deck, Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. I don't know if this is like super relevant anymore, but whatever. 1 Contrast Hero Chaos. So you could maybe play 2 if you can loop the Miracle Fusion, or if you can summon the first one off of Polymerization and then the second one off of Miracle Fusion. It does make sense, and it's not a hard once per turn. So being able to summon 2 actually makes your end board much better. But anyways, Shining Neo Swingman, obviously off of Favorite Contact. It's a great card. Dystopia, which is the second Destiny Hero Fusion target. This is a win condition in time, so I guess you can argue that there's a reason why this card is here, but it's not like super great, so if you don't want to play it, then be my guest. 1 Atomic, you can maybe try playing 2, but I think 1 should be enough. It's not like you can play a lot of fire hero monsters. Like the only one that I can think of is like Furnace, and yeah, everything else is like dark for the most part, with Stratos randomly being wind, so maybe Blast could be like an option, but it's not a great card, unfortunately. Phoenix Enforcer, obviously this card is mega broken. Infernal Rage, another good card. It does 2 things, so it searches a Favorite Contact on summon, and then if you used a normal monster to make it, you can tribute it to summon Sunrise, and Sunrise on special summon, not necessarily on fusion summon, can search your Miracle Fusion, and Miracle Fusion can summon a bunch of things, so either the Infernal Rage itself, actually, or you can summon like your Contrast Hero Chaos. I don't think there's anything else that you can summon. I mean, Wake Up Your Elemental Hero, but unless you got like DPE to destroy it, and then trigger its effect to special summon a hero monster from the deck, and I don't really think it does much of anything. And yeah, obviously double Dark Law, because it's very easy to summon the second one since the Wonder Driver resets back your mass change. Elemental Hero Thunder Giant Voltaic Thunder, I almost forgot about this one. It's technically like another Elemental Hero monster that you can summon, and it's not too bad, but it's also not great. It's just like an okay card. It's definitely not on the same league as the Masked Hero cards that we got. Wonder Driver, the Infernal Devicer to search the Neos, and also it's a dark monster, so you can still summon it under the lock of Fusion Destiny. And Cross Crusader, which is by far the best Link monster in this deck. It does everything you can ask for. It's a very, very good card. And the idea section, I mean, it has a lot of Destiny Hero cards and other options like Plasma or Evil Hero, Infernal Rider. I said Destiny Hero, I meant Evil Hero, my bad. A Dusted Gold, Liquid Soldier, Toxic Bubble, another increase if you enjoy bricks. Neos Lord, Malicious Bane, Acid, Absolute Zero, which is absolute garbage in this deck because we're playing 0 water monsters. Darkest Night, Blast, Backfire, so many bricks because it's gonna make you play Dark Supremacy, which is not needed since we can just play Contrast Hero Chaos now. Which is the reason why I said that the new support actually decreased the complexity of this deck. Since now a lot of the weird, awkward, evil hero cards like Toxic Bubble and Backfire, you don't have to play them anymore. And yeah, same thing with like the weird combos with like Infernal Rider and the one of wacky super polymerization to sometimes, but not all the time, make Evil Hero Neos Lord. Good riddance. And also Extra Hero Dread Decimator. That card is so shit. It's so copium. So annoying having to make it. Sometimes it actually makes your combos interesting. I think there's like an interaction with it and like Dystopia or something. I forgot, but Talented and Foolish. These cards are actually like big considerations for the deck. Like you can actually main deck them if you want to. And Evil Assault, you can definitely still consider it. It's still a great card, and it's definitely the best Evil Hero support that we got recently, as well as Dead and Prison. Obviously, this card is incredible. But if you want to, you can still play like a Dusted Gold, Evil Assault, and Dead at Prison so that you have like more starters. It's not a bad idea. I'm not against it. But then again, it's also going to create a lot of redundancy. But if you want to play over 40 and still play like 1 or 2 Dusted Gold and 1 or 2 Evil Assault. That's it for this combo video on deck profile. You guys let me know how you feel about Hero with the new support in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.